Hi YouTube, Tim Uckert here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to factor quadratics where a is greater than 1. This is going through a quiz review I have for my Algebra 1 honors students. So let's get started. So we have 6 in front of x squared here, 5 in front of here, and a negative 6 here. We can't divide out a common factor, so we're going to have to use a strategy to factor when a is greater than 1, providing the quadratic is factorable, which this one is. So I'm going to list the positive factors of 6, which are 1 and 6, and 2 and 3. I'm also going to list the the factors of negative 6. So I can multiply positive 1 by negative 6, or I could do negative 1 times positive 6, or I could do 2 times negative 3, or negative 2 times positive 3. Now, my goal here is to match a pair from here with a pair from here. So one of these pairs with one of these pairs, such that the sum of the products of the pairs equals positive 5. So if I'm looking at this and I take positive 3 here and I multiply it by 3 over here, I get positive 9. And then I have to pick the other one in the pair. So I would do 2 by negative 2. So positive 9 plus 2 times negative 2, negative 4. Positive 9 plus negative 4 is positive 5, which is what I want. Now this 2 and this 3 are the coefficients in front of x. So this we refer to as a. The factors of a that you pick are the coefficients in front of x. So we're going to have 2x and 3x. Now I want 3x to be multiplied by 3. So I would put plus 3 here because the inner terms multiply together. And I want 2x to multiply by negative 2, so I would put the minus 2 here because the outer terms multiply together, and this would be my solution. Okay, let's take a look at problem 2. Factor 4x squared plus 23x minus 35. So I'm going to list the factors of 4, just the positive factors, so 1 and 4, and 2 and 2. And I'll list the factors of negative 35, so 1 and negative 35, negative 1 and positive 35. And then we've got 5 and negative 7, and negative 5 and positive 7. Okay, so I want to get the sum of my products of the pairs to be positive 23. Let's do a different color here. So if I take, let's do orange. So if I take 4 here and I multiply it by the 7 here, that gives me 28, right? And we'll do red. And if I do this other one in the pair, negative 5 by 1 here, that's negative 5. Now, 28 plus negative 5 is 23. So those are the numbers that work. This 1 and 4 are coefficients in front of x. Now, 1x can be just written as x, and then we have 4x. I want 4x to multiply by positive 7, so I've got to put the positive 7 here because the inner terms multiply. I want the minus 5 to be multiplied by x, so I'm going to put that here because the outer terms multiply. And this becomes my solution. All right. Let's go to the next one. All right, factor 7x squared minus 64x plus 9. So I'm going to list the positive factors of 7, which are just 1 and 7. And then I've got to list the negative factors of 9 because we're going to multiply to be a positive 9, but add to a negative 64. So both of these have to be negative. So I could do negative 1 times negative 9, or negative 3 times negative 3. Now negative 9, maybe I should do different color. Let's do an orange. So negative 9 times positive 7 is negative 63. And then negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. So negative 1 plus negative 63 is the negative 64. So I'm going to use these as my coefficients in front of x. So 1x and 7x. And I'll just write x instead of 1x and 7x here. I want the 7x to multiply by negative 9, so I'm going to do x minus 9. And I want the x to multiply by negative 1, so I'll do 7x minus 1. And that's my factored form for that one. All right, one more. Problem 4, we're going to factor 99x squared plus 29x plus 2. So I'm going to list the factors of 99, which are 1 and 99. Let's see, 3 and 33. 6 doesn't go in, but 9 and 11 work. And I have a positive and a positive here, so I'm going to list the factors of 2, which are 1 and 2. Now, if I do, let's see, 2, let me do a different color. 2 times 9, that gives me 18. And then if I do, let's do pink here, 11 times 1, that gives me 11. Now 11 plus 18 gives me 29. So that's the combo I want. The 9 and the 11 are going to be the coefficients in front of x. So we have 9x and 11x. 9 is going to be multiplied by 2, so we're going to put that on the outside. And 11 is going to be multiplied by 1, so we'll put the 1 on the inside. 1 times 11, 9 times 2. This is my factored form. And that's all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please like and subscribe. Thanks.